Let's welcome Kathy Holly and Spotlight.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Spotlight.
Hi,
And
Kathy.
Hi,
it's great
Kathy.
to see everybody. Oh, I want to introduce the guest tonight. You never know who we're going to have. And I want to remind everyone this is a Zoom Spotlight show. So you're going to enjoy it. And I think we're going to have fun. We're going to share some screen. So that'll be interesting. And I hope it goes very smoothly. So my guests tonight are Candy Forrest, who is a composer, producer, lyricist, playwright, and you just wait and see what she's been doing. And you'll have to go to her website later to see everything she's done, but that'll be fun tonight. And my good friends from Colorado, Karol Krackauer and Michael Patritch,
All right,
welcome.
Kathy.
Carol Ann has written a book for piano lessons, and it's for all ages, and it's called Picture Songs. We'll talk more about that. And Michael Patritch, I know you from the past because we met when I was touring in Colorado, and we have a mutual friend. So Michael is going to sing one of my very favorite songs, and we'll talk more to Michael and find out more about him. So in the meantime, I'd like to start with Candy. Candy, it's welcome to the show, and we're neighbors. You live in Noe Valley.
Thank you so much. I not only live in Noe Valley, I live just down the road from you.
I know. And tell me where you were raised.
I was raised in Painesville, Ohio,
Wow. Why
which,
did you ever leave Ohio?
well, if you were from Painesville, you'd know the answer to that right away.
All right, but we still love it. Don't I'm sure it's still
Yes,
home to you, right?
absolutely.
Well, tell me, I am so impressed with what's been happening lately because you've written a lot of shows, a lot of musicals. When did you start? Well, first of all, you came to California many years ago.
I did. I came to California in 1984,
Oh,
so over
great.
35 years ago.
And when did
And
you start writing music
I
and shows?
started writing music a little earlier than that when I was living in Toronto, Ontario. I was a folk singer and I was writing folk songs and performing as a folk artist. And then I met a wonderful choreographer from Vancouver who commissioned me to write a ballet version of the Wizard of Oz story. And that's how my career as a composer actually got started.
Really? Oh, it sounds wonderful. Ballet for the Wizard of Oz.
It's a wonderful show. It's a lot of fun.
Great. And all of this people can find out about later when they go to your website,
They
right?
can livingroomtunes.com.
Oh, that's a different one than I think I sent to the studio.
Oh, I
Living
have too many websites.
too many. Well, can they see more about that one when they go on your other page?
They can see lots of different things, and there are links to send you to all the different websites. I have quite a few.
Well, that's great. All right. That's what is really important here. And so you moved to San Francisco and you've been in the Bay Area for a while. What is your instrument? You said you perform
Piano.
folk song. Piano, even with piano, you were doing folk songs.
I was. I started doing folk music when I was in high school.
Mhm.
And I bought myself a 12-string Gibson guitar for graduation from high school. And then I eventually came back to the piano a few years after that. But I was a classically trained pianist.
Wow. And then you played the guitar too.
I did.
And that's wonderful because, of course, I toured playing the guitar and doing a lot of folk music too. And even in San
Yeah.
Francisco, when the
Yeah.
scene was so big here, was such a
Oh,
big folk scene. Well, fast forward, when did you
yes.
get into what do I want to say? Comedic writing, parodies, everything. About when?
Well, I I suppose the most recent work I started about 10 years ago, um, really getting more and more interested in historical subject matter. And a lot of the people that I write about are funny.
So fast forward, that leads us into what I love so much. You wrote a musical called Best Bad Things, and it's about women of San Francisco, right? So tell everybody what it's about in brief.
That's right. The best bad things, it was said, could be found in San Francisco. And of course, I believe that today. And I worked on this project with not just alone, but
Right.
with the Wild Women Collaborative, Allison Lovejoy, Lou Hadar, Natalie Green, and Beth Wilmert. So all of these great gals came together with me, and the five of us have written the best bad things. Most of the music, though, was written by Allison Lovejoy and myself.
Great. And so people can go to YouTube and see the show, or how can they see the whole show?
They
We're going to
can't
show
see
a
the
segment.
whole show yet because we were just getting ready to do a real full out production of the
Uh-huh.
best bad things when the pandemic hit.
Oh, that's,
So
yeah.
we got stopped, but we did do a lovely, fun launch of our website, bestbadthingssf.com, and you can catch a few of the songs there. And you can also, on our website, see a showcase that we did for the Cabaret Comico a few years ago. And so there are songs available to look at now, but
That's great.
the whole
Well, now,
show is going to have to wait until the pandemic is
well,
over.
very briefly, list some of the women that you wrote about because it's a story about the best bad women, what bawdy and beautiful women of San Francisco. So it
Yes.
is historical from 1800 to 1950. Now, I'm a native and I know you did a lot of research work on this.
We've been
And
researching for a long time.
well, name some of the women. I know
Well,
Alma
we have a combination of bawdy women and heroic women. We have Concha Arguello, for example, who was California's first native-born nun, the daughter of Comandante Arguello. We have the mother of the civil rights movement out west here, Mary Ellen Pleasant, who
Fresh.
was just a fantastic, heroic woman. And we have Donald Dina Cameron, the savior of over 5,000 girls who were being sex trafficked in Chinatown.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then we also have a couple of our favorite madams, Tess Wall and Sally Stanford. And Sally, of course, ended up being the mayor of Sausalito.
Yes, yes, I saw her and met her and have been to her restaurant, but now she's, of course, no longer with it.
Oh, she's
And
no longer with us, but I have to tell you, we love her. But my favorite character in the Best Bad Things is Big Alma Spreckles.
who married the famous sugar fortune,
She did.
Spreckles.
She was probably the one who caught the very first sugar daddy.
That well, let's, which brings us to YouTube, where we have a little clip to show, and we're going
Yes.
to share. So this is going to take, this is it. We're going to share the clip. It's called, well, it's from Best Bad Things, and it's about Alma Spreckles' Big Alma song,
Yes.
right? And you're going to introduce it.
In truth, we could have written an entire musical about Alma Spreckles. In my song, Big Alma Knew, you just catch a glimpse of this beautiful, larger-than-life woman. Born in 1881 to dirt-poor immigrant parents, she was christened Alma Emma Charlotte Corday Lenormand de Bretteville in honor of her French ancestors. It was a name she would grow into. She would eventually build the Palace of the Legion of Honor to house her private collection of Rodin. But it all started at the Mark Hopkins Institute of Art, where Alma was studying portrait painting. To pay for her classes, she became a model. Big Alma had a face the artist loved to paint. Big Alma had a heart of gold. She wasn't dainty, she certainly wasn't quaint. When Alma got ideas, they were big and bold. She was a gal who always knew how to get what she wanted he really knew it, knew just how to do it. Alma loved to live large. Alma broke through the upper crust of San Francisco society when she was chosen to model for the Dewey McKinley Monument in Union Square. The man behind that project was Adolph Spreckles, heir to a huge sugar fortune and probably the most eligible bachelor in town. He took a shine to the girl on top of the monument and began to court her. And 6 years later, they were secretly married.
Well, thank you. That is going to be so interesting.
And there's many, many more. We have a lot of great music and a lot of fantastic stories.
Well, I am looking forward to this. I think it's going to be wonderful to see and hear more music. Now we meet the catty. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm trying to
Trying
change.
to shut that girl up.
I'm jumping around here. Okay, I want to just quickly go into, Candy, what you wrote recently for the election and the inauguration. You wrote a piece for
Kamala's Hope.
Very briefly.
My friend Emile Milland, who is one of the great cellists in the world, suggested that we feature Kamala in his concert with Jerome Link, an organist at Mission Dolores Basilica. And I only had a week to write this song. It's a trio for cello, organ, and soprano. And the amazing Shawnette Sulker sang words that belong to Kamala Harris. I took the libretto from her 2 acceptance speeches when she was made the vice presidential nominee. And what you're going to see a little bit of tonight, my husband set the music to his artwork. And so you'll hear the trio, and this time with cello, voice, and piano. This was recorded in a studio.
Okay.
And you'll see some beautiful graphics that my husband created that go along with the music. And we just featured, Kamala's Hope was just featured on a wonderful celebration that the Oakland Symphony did to kick off the inaugural week. It was called Oakland Salutes Madam Vice President. And I'm very proud that our video of the world premiere of this piece at Mission Dolores Basilica was used as part of that program.
Well, here we go. I'm going to show it right now. We're going to share, and hopefully this will work. We're only going to be able to play a smidgen. We're running out of time here.
That's okay.
Justice for the people, justice under law, equal justice for us all, the generations call. Hear the cries from
Now I'm going to have to move on. Thank you, Candy. Stay with
Oh,
us.
my pleasure,
And I'm going
Kathy.
to move
Thank
right
you.
on to our next guest. And of course, Karol Krackauer. Are you there, my dear?
Oh, I'm here. Yes. Thank you so
Great.
much, Kathy,
Well,
for
it's good
inviting
to
us.
see you. And Michael Patritch, your wonderful husband.
Hi,
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes,
Nice to
great.
see you.
A couple, a talented couple. Well, Carol Ann, I know that you have picture songs. I want to go right into that and
Yes.
find out about, first of all, when did you start playing the piano and where are you
Oh,
originally from?
I'm from Wyoming
Yeah,
and now we live in Colorado, northern Colorado. And I started playing piano at 7. And at 14, I took up pipe organ. I've been playing pipe organ ever since. That's my major instrument.
you're
And
so
then
brave.
after I retired, I start from midwifery. I'm a nurse midwife. I retired after almost 50 years delivering babies.
I
So
remember
then
hearing that,
so then I started teaching piano, which I had a little bit all along since high school, but now I'm doing it all the time.
right? And so tell us about picture songs while I try and go to the video. It's going to be difficult,
Okay.
but go ahead.
About 10 years ago, I was teaching my goddaughters, 3 children, their weekly piano lesson. And her 4th child, who was only 19 months old at the time, pushed his brother right off the piano bench and looked at me for his piano lesson. He was not going to be outdone by his siblings. So we started to figure out how to teach him, and my husband made these blocks. It's a little wooden block that
Uh-huh.
you put on the piano, and we call the 2 black notes the doghouse. So you can just put that block in the doghouse. Kids love to do that. And
Yes.
then you know that that is D, doggy D. And any age can learn by this, because who can forget the doghouse?
Nobody. I even
Nobody can
remember it.
forget a doghouse. So then I just kept writing as he got older, and there's 9 books now. They're right behind me. So you can progress with the system.
That is so great. If I can get to YouTube, I wanted to show a clip. Now, you said this system works for old, young, all ages, right?
Sure. Because we have a picture block for each key
Uh-huh.
of the white keys. And then once you learn those notes, you can match them up on the music. So you have your doggy block between the 2 black notes,
Right.
and you can play dog, 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 jingle all the way. And you've got jingle bells.
Yes. Let's show the clip right now because this ties right in with people who
Yes.
want to
And
learn. Okay, now I'm going to share the screen.
Parents, if you would like to start your child on piano, or if they're asking to take piano lessons and you are not sure if they'll stick with it, here is a way to start at home. The Picture Songs Learning Program is how this 11-year-old started playing piano at 18 months of age. So this system works for very young children all the way up to 102, 103. Jason, let's show them how the picture song system works. So first we are going to do the doggy D block. Could you please put the doggy D block in between the 2 black notes on the piano? The 2 black notes form the doghouse, and the note that the doggy D block is sitting on is the note D. All right, let's place Crazy Cat C. The cat sits next to the doghouse and teases the dog. So we put Crazy Cat C block on the C note. Next, we're going to place Eddie E. Eddie E sits outside on the other side of the doghouse. He likes to pet Doggy D. Eddie E is placed on the note E. So this is how the picture song block system works. Now let's play something from the book. You can see how the block system, in conjunction with the notes on the staff, teach the children how to read music. It's very gentle approach to learning. It's a very visual approach to learning. It works very well for young learners and for children who maybe have learning disadvantages. So tune in next week for a little more demonstration of how the picture song system works.
We're running out of time and I don't want to miss Michael. So everybody will go to the Picture Song website and they'll know exactly what to do, which is great. That's what websites.
PictureSongsOnline.com.
Yeah, well, our wonderful engineer has all that information and it will be in the finished copy of the show. So that's great. People can get in touch with you and get, buy the books that they want. Now I would like to interview your wonderful husband. All right, Michael Patritch, because I know that, hi, Michael, I can see the guitar and this, one of my favorite songs. Where were you, first of all, raised?
Well, I was raised, in the beginning, I was raised in France.
Oh my, oui, oui.
Until I was 8 years old. Je vivais en France quand j'avais un petit garçon, 5, 6, 7, 8 ans. Then
Well,
I came to Colorado, and wonders of all wonders, I became a Colorado boy. Been here ever since.
unbelievable. And you sing so many wonderful songs, country, folk. Now, tell me when you started playing the guitar then and singing.
Well, a mutual friend of ours, 51 years ago, with the name of Bert Dahl, was
Yes.
playing at the Holiday Inn in Durango, Colorado, where I was teaching school. I was teaching speech and theater.
And that's
And
what I
a
was.
week before I met Bert, this beautiful woman by the name of Kathy Holly came by.
Oh, you're
introduced
so
herself.
sweet. You are so sweet. I'll never forget that gig. And I'll never forget the snow.
Yes.
Oh, yes, a lot of snow down
A
there.
lot of snow in Durango. And then it seems to me you came into the lounge and did you not teach me? You tried to teach me this song, but it was hopeless. The song that I love, and oh, it's so much fun to think of you doing this. I mean, you're so talented. And then the other side is that you sharpen knives.
Well, yes, once I retired from research, transportation research, there was a gentleman who was sharpening knives, and I went down to have a knife sharpened. And then I had salad that night, so I was slicing a tomato, and all of a sudden I put the knife on the tomato, and it just sliced itself. And I thought, I've got to learn how to do this.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got to jump out of the knife, the other career with the knives, because we're going to have to hear you sing that wonderful song, my favorite song you do. Let's do it right now. Called.
Okay, well, if I'm going to do that, then I have to have a prop.
Great.
Here we go.
Go.
All right, well, this was Kathy's favorite song. It's a shortened version. It's called The Auctioneer. Save it all right, sir. Open the gate, little Al, walk them boy. Here to come a lot number 29 in. What are you going to give for? There was a boy in Arkansas who wouldn't listen to his mom when she told him that he should go to school. He'd sneak away in the afternoon, take a little walk, and pretty soon you'd find him at that local auction barn. He'd stand and listen carefully, then pretty soon he began to see how the auctioneer could talk so rapidly. He said, oh my, it's steward, I have got to learn the auction cry, gonna make my mark and pay an auctioneer. 35 on the middle, not 40, not 40, will give me 40, make me better, not 40, not we get a whole half, a little not bid. 40 down the middle, not 45, really give me 45, make 45, and a 45, lose the bid, now $45 bid. Save it all right, sir. Open the gate, little man, walk them boy. Here to come a lot number 29 yet. What are you going to give for? I had to be 25, better now 30, now 5. Who better 5, better 5, better 5. I got a 5, better 6, got a 6, better 7. I got a 8, bid 8, bid 8. Sold to Kathy Holly for $800.
Oh, bravo. Fantastic. I can't believe. Well, we got to invite Carol Ann back. Come on, Carol Ann. And we have to wrap up the show. It's just amazing how quickly time flies when we are having fun. I'm going to have to go to Colorado and see you both because
Yes,
in
please.
years. It would be so much fun. And I want to thank Candy. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to all the bawdy other women in San Francisco. Can't wait. And I think one of them you're going to be talking about too is going to be Tetrazzini. I remember
Yes.
Tetrazzini. Okay, so stay
Indeed.
tuned, everybody, because there's more to come. And then, Michael, I'm going to see you in my cabaret show, which is coming up on
Yes, ma'am.
February 1st. And then, Carol and you both are going to be guests on my February 14th Zoom. Everything is on Zoom, everybody. What can we do? So, zooming right along, it's been a pleasure having all of you on the show tonight. Look forward to seeing you soon again. So, everybody say goodbye to the audience.
Good night, everyone. Thanks
Spotlight,
you
and
for
thank you to
for
P-
watching.
Thank you to PCT. Without them, I wouldn't be doing the show, so I thank them. And take care, everybody in Pacifica. I'll see you next month. I'll be there very shortly. Take
Yeah.
care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Be safe.
Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Go, 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 you mixed up Siciliano. Hung your Genovese to the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't want